Everybody, thumbs up, guys.
And this is Tali. I think the younger man with the white beard from the Manchester. Yes,
No,
Manchester.
no,
Okay,
no.
beautiful. Okay, Baruch Shekivanti. Today's shir is sponsored Leilu Nishmat Mordechai Yosef ben Aaron Listhouse. I think it's pronounced. Dedicated by his son Dr. Alan Listhouse. Another one in honor of the birthday of Reb Fischel Gross. Reb Fischel Gross flew in, him and some other guy that don't know each other. They both flew in from America to the Siyum to be with us for Masechtas Brachas. Abba, you inspire us with your dedication to the Daf and Reb Eli's in particular. Maybe Zoichet to finish Shas many times together with the Reb Eli from his proud family. I have to do the hanging up also. This is crazy. Corona is insane. Okay, you do the hanging. Now you want to ask, why is this guy in my house? He's allowed to be in my house because he's at work now. And Avodah Chiyunit. And the other reason is here, put it. Shkoyach. Now let's go to the emails real quickly. A very big issue, Koyach. Being stuck at home is not easy. By starting my day with your daf makes it a lot better, and I'll believe Neder try to help you make it to 500 on Zoom. I hope I can see you there tomorrow. Avigdor Fold. Nice. I saw him yesterday. He said hello to him. If you want to stick around, after Shir, we're going to sing Achenu. Everybody together, and I'll stick around on Zoom. If you guys want, I will schmooze with you for a few minutes before Shacharis. This one is from Sam L. Samuels. Sounds like an actor. Thanks to the COVID-19 situation, I now have time to participate in more shiurim than ever before. Great! In particular, I have discovered your YouTube Daf Yomi presentations and I'm completely captivated by them. Although it would probably be impossible for me to stay awake long enough to participate via Zoom since I'm located near Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was wondering if it would be possible for you to send me the login information just in case. How do people log in? Rabbi Isai, how do they log in?
The link that was sent on is a link on the WhatsApp group.
There's a link on the WhatsApp group, but how are they, people that don't have the WhatsApp group, how do they get it?
Get the link.
They have to go to go on 8minute.com and go into the WhatsApp over there and ask the guy.
We'll put it in YouTube link.
We'll put it on the YouTube link. We'll put it on our YouTube thing and you'll see it on the link over there. I look forward to spending much more time learning with you online and Be'ezras Hashem someday in person. Semach Samuels, Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania.
We put it on the website. You see it on the website.
Here's a picture of me learning the daf in my car for lunch, where it's quiet. No one can bother me. Instead of listening to the radio about what is going on in the world, the most important thing for me right now is the daf with Rabbi Eli. We can be connected even from Lakewood, New Jersey to Bet Shemesh. I must say, my sandwich tastes much better when it goes together with the daf. Thank you so much. Keep the daf going strong, Rabbi Eli. Thank you so much. Yoni Knaf, Lakewood, New Jersey. This is Yoni. All right, here's another one. I didn't write this myself. Wow, there's a lot. We're not going to do all of them. I've emailed in the past about your amazing share, but I wanted to send a quick note. I live in New York and always listen to your full share on YouTube in the early morning. I've enjoyed the share, and your love for learning is palpable, even through a pre-recorded video. Last night I decided to stay up and tune in to the live share via Zoom. Rabbi says Zoom is brand new for us. This is our third day on Zoom. Yesterday we had 63 people. We are geared up to go up to 500. If we hit 500, we'll go even more. But that's what we have right now. We have the capacity for 500. Let's do it. Last night, okay, wow. I feel bad that I didn't tune in sooner. I don't know if I can realistically stay up until 2:15. Same exact thing. The other guy said, I did not write this. Every morning, but by watching the live share, I gained a new insight into what the true amazing Daf Yomi Magid share you really are. Woo! If you're new to this, I'd like to pat myself on the shoulder often. I highly recommend that everyone who watches the YouTube at a later time should at least once watch you live. Thank you once again for this amazing share. Thank you also to all the people that work hard to put this together, you, and the rest of you bums who are not here today. You used to help us. Binyamin. P.S. Please let me know the cost to sponsor. Thanks. I did not make this email up. I'm serious. So that Yosef, you can contact this guy, Binyamin.
dafbrama at gmail.com?
Yeah, go to dafbrama at gmail.com. Dafbrama.
Email.
And
Or dafbrama.
Or you also will contact this guy. His email is bensdds@gmail.com. Yeah, okay, everybody's gonna spam him. Not big time, nobody cares. Here's a picture of a guy learning the daf. Now, do you know what his name is? It's dangerous to send me pictures. Flip it over. You can read his name right here, Menachem Mendel Braun. So don't try to send me things and not looking in the background because I am going to find you. All right, Zok the Heilige Gemara.
Are we mirrored? No.
Mantana ha'oichel rishon. Rabbi said, for the first 5 lines, it's going to be the most difficult today. Not very difficult at all. I see Dr. Factors online. We had Dr. Zucker right before the year started, a doctor from Chicago who has the coronavirus and talked to us about it and said he's never seen anything so contagious, and that if somebody goes out there to shul, to a minyan, in his opinion, he's a roidef, he's going to cause somebody to die. That's what he said. So yesterday, we had a list of 9 things. I don't know if you could see it, but it's not important. It's just nice and colorful. I'm not going to go through this list. These are the 9 things that make truma possible. If a person separates food to give to the kohen, truma, and you touch the food, you touch the truma, when you have one of these 9 things, let's take an easy one. Yadayim, your hands, are tameh. So if your tameh hands touch, you didn't wash your hands, negovas, you didn't wash your hands, you touch truma with your hands, the truma becomes pasul. Not tameh, pasul. A kohen cannot eat it, and if he can't eat it, they instituted that he must burn it. It's a very strong psul. Tuma would mean it would be one step more, that truma would make something else tameh. But this is only pasul. So there's 9 things that Chachamim instituted. These are part of the 18 enactments that Beis Shammai and Yisrael got together one day and they decided to paskin like Beis Shammai. 9 of them have to do with truma that becomes pasul. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. We're going to finish the 9 today. The first 2 are the most difficult. Not that difficult, but the most difficult. So if you find yourself dozing off and spacing out and not understanding, bear with it. It's going to get a lot easier. Okay, says the Gemara. Who's the Tana that says that if you eat oichel rishon va'oichel sheni? We have another chart. Redone a little bit from yesterday. As we know, if you are a dead mouse, you are a sheret, you are an avatuma. If you are a human being that touched a dead person, you are an avatuma. If you are, let's say, a zav, which we're going to be discussing a little bit later, you are an avatuma. Tuma always goes down 1 level. So if an avatuma touches a human being or a kli or food, they become a rishon, 1 step less than a av. Av is the father, rishon is the first one in line. If a rishon touches food, it becomes 1 step less a sheni. Great. What we're talking about is that Chachamim instituted that all those 9 things, these 9 things right here in the list, all become sheni. And they make the truma a shlishi. Because if a sheni touches truma, it becomes a shlishi. A shlishi becomes pasul. You can't eat it anymore. What do? Chacham said you gotta burn it. Now, let's read inside. Ha'oichel rishon. If a person eats, if a person touches a rishon with tuma, food that touched, here, I got a better picture actually. Thanks to Ruven Shade.
We should send it on the group or something.
Yeah, but I saved it, but I don't know how well it's saved. You guys see this? You see this mouse over here? The mouse is an avatuma. Okay? This mouse is an avatuma. If this mouse touches my truma, these lemons, the lemons become a rishon. And if I eat a rishon, I become a sheni. Okay? If a guy eats a rishon, he becomes a sheni. What happens if a guy eats a sheni? He should go down one step. He should become a shlishi. He doesn't become a shlishi. He stays a sheni. We're going to be discussing that as well. Zok the Gemara. If somebody eats a sheni, mifsal pasli, they create a psul to the truma. You can no longer eat the truma. Tamui lo yimetamu. Daf Yudal Raman Aleph. They don't create tuma to the truma. That means the truma is not strong enough to make something else tamei. It itself is tamei. It cannot. It's not contagious anymore. It cannot contaminate something else. Made a bracha before. Amar way early. Sorry, Jonathan. Way early. Amar Rav Chana. Rav Fishel, happy birthday! All the way from Baltimore. I see you. Happy birthday. Were you here when we put up your sign? Your family dedicated today's shir in your honor. I don't know if you noticed. Did you notice? He's all happy. Baruch Hashem. Omar Rabbi Chana Rabbi Yeshua Hidisnan Rabbi Eliezer Oimer Ha'oichel Rishon. Rabbi Eliezer is not our sugya. Rabbi Eliezer says you are what you eat. So if you eat a Rishon, you remain a Rishon. If you eat a Sheni, you remain a Sheni. If you eat a Shlishi, you're a Shlishi. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about that you always are a Sheni. And if you're a Sheni and you touch Truma, what happens to the Truma? It becomes a Shlishi. It goes down one step, and a Shlishi is possible. It cannot be Rabbi Eliezer, because Rabbi Eliezer says if you eat a Rishon, you remain in a Rishon. We don't want a Rishon. We want to get to a Sheni who makes a Shlishi. Rabbi Eliezer oichel Rishon. If you eat a Rishon, you remain in Rishon. Oichel Sheni. Simple enough, right? Oichel Shlishi. If Shoimer, that's our sugya. Ha'oichel Rishon. What happens if you eat a Rishon? You go down one step to a Sheni. Perfect. And if that touches, if you eat a Rishon, you become a Sheni. And if you become a Sheni, the Truma becomes a Shlishi. Pasul. But here's what's interesting. V'oichel Sheni. If you eat a Sheni, says Rabbi Yeshua, instead of going down to a Shlishi, you become a Sheni. Why? What's going on here? So Rashi explains that we find the concept that if food is moist, that has water on it, so if you notice over here, and we might have mentioned it yesterday, where's that sheet? Oh, no, that's too small. Here we go. We're going to be discussing this at length today. Not at length, but mentioned a few times. Water, mashkin, liquids, all 7 liquids. Even if they are a sheni, in other words, they became contaminated by a rishon, water always goes upwards, follow the yellow arrow, and always becomes a rishon, midrabanan. Rabbanan says all liquids are rishon. Okay, therefore, if my bread is touching, has a little liquid on the outside, and I touch my bread with something else, let's say this is a sheni, and it touches my wet bread becomes a sheni. You know why? Because the liquid on the bread turned into a rishon. We said liquid always turns into a rishon. So the wet liquid is wet. The liquid in return makes my bread a sheni. So now here I have a situation where a sheni makes a sheni. How? If my sheni touches the liquid that touches my bread, the bread becomes a sheni because the liquid is a rishon, and then the bread will go down one step from the rishon and become a sheni. Therefore, says Rabbi Yeshua that if I eat a sheni, I remain a sheni. Why? Because I find something like that somewhere in Shas. Okay. That is one of the hardest things we're going to learn today. Next is also slightly difficult, not the end of the world. V'oichel sheni, 5 lines from the bottom. Shlishi, if I eat a shlishi, where's the shlishi? food. A human was contaminated, and he contaminated a Rishon, and the Rishon contaminated a Sheni, and the Sheni touched the Shlishi, which could only make true kachim puzzle. So what happens? Sheni lekodesh ve'ein sheni lerishon. Wow. He's not a sheni letruma. Why? Says the Gemara. Bechulin shenasu al tarois hakodesh truma. We're talking about a case. Just let's finish this, and we're gonna smooth sail here. We're talking about a case where a person decided on his own to take regular food like this, and treat it as truma. Why? Because he's a kohen, and everything that goes into his house, he wants to make sure is treated with respect, with truma. So this is chulin, this is mundane. Even Gershon could eat it, but he treats it like truma. Guess what? When it comes to kachim, which is much more sensitive to truma, just because this guy treats this like truma doesn't mean anything. When it comes to kachim, it's zero. And therefore, this is a rishon l'tuma for kachim. You gotta be careful, guys. Every time you touch the table, it shakes up YouTube like crazy. I gotta stop banging on the table as well.
Fortunately, not in the base measures where it doesn't happen.
Right. We just started using our brand new camera, which is on the second floor and zooms down. And 2 days later, we're back here with the new rules in Eretz Yisrael. You cannot leave your house unless it's chiyuni, unless it's your job, right?
10 reasons that you're allowed.
For your job, you're allowed to?
Only if the job's allowed, yeah.
Oh, if it's a job, it's allowed. We better find out if it's allowed. Okay, guys, stand back.
It says dat is allowed.
Who?
Dat.
Oh,
religion.
Judaism, religion.
Religion is allowed.
A religious job.
A religious job, yeah.
Okay. No, so hold on. So if we want, let's jump into Rashi for a second, just to make it more interesting and more understandable. Rashi de Ramasi v'china oichel sheni havesheni. V'asam mefarish taima. Over there they explain. Matzir shasheni oisa sheni ayidei mashkin. This I explained before. That we find that a sheni becomes a sheni through liquid. The mashkin afilu hein shniyim nasim tchila. Liquid, even if they were contaminated and become a sheni, they always jump backwards and become a rishon. Va'oisim magoim sheni, and they make anything that they touch a sheni. So therefore, Yeshua said that everything that you eat, if you eat a sheni, you remain a sheni. Next Rashi. Shlishi sheni l'kodesh. Ha'oichel shlishi. If a person eats a shlishi, oisek gufay sheni l'kodesh, he makes his body a sheni. Over there they explain. He is treating the chulin like truma. The way he treats it for truma is nothing for kodesh, because kodesh is a lot more sensitive, and he didn't have in mind kodesh, right? Hilkach shmira didei lav shmira hi l'inyan kodesh. Imagine if a guy is careful about corona. He thinks corona doesn't do much, so he treats it a certain way. If he thought that there's a plague out there that you just touch it and you die, he'd treat it a lot more with sensitivity. He's not treating this in the proper way. He should treat it more. Therefore, it's like Tarasim Tumahi. It's Tame, even though he treated it with Kedusha. Therefore, it's not considered a Shmira. So I now have to treat this kachim like a rishon. So what happens if you have a rishon and you eat it? You become a sheni. One step less. Fine. Let's go inside, and now we're done with that hard sugya. Says the Gemara. So now we're talking about Number 1 and 2 on the list. What does it say on the list? Ha'oichel rishon. If somebody ingests a rishon, ha'oichel sheni. And if somebody eats a sheni, both of those people become a sheni themselves. And therefore, if they touch truma, they make that truma puzzle. So if I ate a sheni latuma and I touched this barrel, this basket, this whatever of lemons, I make these lemons a sheni. Okay. Why? What happened there? Why did the Chachamim enact a new tumah? The zimnin, the ochil, oichlin, tmeim. So what happens is sometimes a person is going to put tamei food in his mouth. So he said anybody that eats tamei, he himself becomes tamei. He creates a tumah. Sometimes he puts tamei food in his mouth. And what? V'shakel mashkin the truma v'shadi l'pumei. Right? It's very common. You're eating. You want to like wash it down a little bit with something. Let's say the food is hot. You want to cool it off. But either way, a lot of times you find yourself drinking in the middle of a meal while you're eating. But what are you going to be drinking? Perhaps you'll be drinking truma. The only drink that's truma that you'll be drinking is wine. Because there's only two that are really edible that you have to give truma. Wine and oil. You're not going to be drinking oil. So you're going to be drinking wine. That wine in your mouth becomes possible because in your mouth it touched tamei food. Chacham said, enough of this. We have to be careful. We have to safeguard it. Made it takana. Now what? That if you ingest any food that's either a rishon or a sheni, you are mitama truma. Your body physically is mitama truma. You'll put it in his mouth, and it'll make it possible. So we made you a sheni in order to passel truma and make truma shlishi. Next thing on the list, number 3 on the list. Now it's all easy, smooth sailing, Rabbi said. Where's the list? Don't know. Oh, here. Number 3 on the list. Hashoisim mashkim tmeim. If you drink, the same exact thing that we just learned, eating food, but here's about liquid. Hashoisim mashkim tmeim. My time it goes with Rabbanan. Why did Chacham make this takana? The zimnin, the shosei mashkim tmeim. Now, mashkim, we said, liquid always goes back to become a rishon. But we're not discussing whether he's a rishon or sheni. You notice in the Gemara, it doesn't say, well, maybe he's going to drink a mashkim that's a sheni, or maybe he's going to drink a mashkim that's a rishon, like we said by food. All mashkim is considered a rishon. And again, same problem. A person might drink, as he's drinking, he's going to eat a lemon afterwards. Now that's very uncommon. People usually eat and then drink. They don't drink and then stuff food in their mouth afterwards. Nevertheless, they made this takana. He might drink tamei drink. What kind of tamei drink? Now drinks could be any drink, could be tamei, not necessarily wine, like we said before. He's going to put in truma into his mouth. But that's the same exact takana like we said by food. Says the Gemara, no. It's not so common to put food after you take a drink. Like we said before, they put the drink after you take food. Kamash Malon. Next one in the line. This is very interesting, Rabbi Isai. Can I touch my eye? Could I touch my eye with my finger? Don't know. Gotta be careful. Baruch Hu put the corona everywhere, and I have these allergies. I know something in the ear is bothering me, so I need to put my fingers everywhere. I need a mask. Listen to this. A guy goes to the mikvah because he's tamei. And then, when he comes out of the mikvah, he has to wait until sunset. And he takes a shower, or he bathes himself, like the Gemara says. He goes into a bathtub. He becomes tamei. But the water is clear. The water is from the faucet. What's the problem? My time it goes to Rabbanan. Why is he tamei to the point where if he touches truma, he makes the truma puzzle? Why is he a sheni? I came up with a Maisa today. There was a Rebbe many years ago who was doing B'dikas Chametz, and he started Burich Atu, and as he's having Havana, the candle falls out of his hand and lights his pants on fire. And his Hasidim run and they extinguish the fire. The following year, all the Hasidim, they go and they burn their pants as they're saying, Burich Atu Hashem, and many years later, they forgot about the Burich Atu Hashem, and all they do is they burn their pants, and they start Bedikas Chametz. I have no idea why I just said that story. Zog the Gemara, Omer Avasi Shebetchilo Yotoyim V'mei Ma'ara. Mamash Anara Shemaisa. Erase that. You can erase that. Erase it. In the beginning, people would go to the mikvah, but they went in a mikvah, nasty mikvah in the Ma'ara, in the cave. Mechunasim Usruchim, terrible water. But what do you do when you go into a terrible mikvah? We don't even have to come on to examples. We know some of these mikvahs. But you run to the shower immediately afterwards. People thought that the main thing is the shower afterwards. They forgot that it's the mikvah. They said, if you take a shower or you bathe yourself after mikvah, you're tamei. So that people realize that it's not the shower, and how much water? 3 lug. How much is 3 lug? 1.5 liters. Fine. Now, notice that this takana is a little bit different than the takana coming up. This is if a person went to the mikvah. It includes taking a bath or a shower. Both. My keva, what's the problem? Abaye says people didn't make the mistake that a mikvah is nothing. They said you need a mikvah plus you need a shower. We don't want that. But at the end of the day, they're being yaitz the tefillah. Nothing happens. Watch the table. Rava says no. They went away from the mikvah completely. After many years, it turned into just shower. Fine. Next takana. We're holding number 5. Tahar shenaflu arosh shevru b'shuv. Now you're talking about a guy that didn't go to the mikvah. A regular individual who takes a shower. V'tar shenaflu arosh shevru b'shloisha lugim mayim shuvim. My time goes to be Rabbanan Tumah. He said he's a shady. Diloi ha, lekaim ha. Because people are going to get confused and they're going to say, wait a minute. If I went, is that Rafal Yaselevsky? Harav Agoyer Rafal Yaselevsky from Lakewood, New Jersey. Gevaldik, we got your pictures, we got your email. You sent us a picture where you had a baby girl. Wow. Gee, look at this chashuk. That's the baby. Wow. Mazel tov, mazel tov. Beautiful. Okay, so you're learning with the baby. Kol hakavod. Sorry, I can't see everybody. It's overwhelming. We have, how many guys are online now?
71.
71. Kol hakavod. 71 people on Zoom. Rabbi, I really recommend it. If you're on YouTube, try to get onto Zoom because it's such a different experience. You see everybody that's learning. You see people from all over the world. We have Lakewood, New Jersey. We have Melbourne, Australia. We have Clifton. We have
South Africa.
Melbourne is waving his hand. Where's South Africa? I don't see South Africa. We have Levi Friedman from Atzala. He's going to sing with us soon. Achenu Gobes Yisrael.
South Bend.
South Bend, Indiana. That's right, South Bend, Indiana. And we have David from Queens, New York. Avada.
We have all the people that are downstairs.
We have the people in my building. Where's Dr. Epstein from my building? Where is he? Beautiful. Okay, YouTubers have no idea what I'm talking about.
There's only like 20 people on YouTube.
Well, now there's 20 people on YouTube, but there's 1,000 views already for yesterday's Daf, Baruch Hashem. I highly recommend. It's not so good for the Americans because of the time difference. But okay, fine. Zog the Gemara. If I do away, people are going to say, if I go to the mikvah, I'm already tar. So why is this not? If I'm not in the mikvah and I take a shower, everything's good. If I go to the mikvah and I take a shower, I'm bad. It doesn't make sense. Therefore, they said, so there's no confusion. Everybody that goes to the mikvah, tummy. Next, this one is easy and amazing. The sefer, any sefer Torah, Nevi'im, Ksuvim, anything that is a klaf is tummy. If a sefer Torah touches my food, you think the opposite. Sefer Torah is such kedusha. If it falls on the floor after the fast, no. If it touches my fruit, it makes it tummy. What in the world? Says the Gemara. My time goes to be Rabbanan Tumah. People are crazy. They had truma. They said, "Let me store it together with my sefer Torah in the same safe, in the same Aron Kodesh." Why? V'amru Hay Kodesh v'Hay Kodesh is both Kodesh. What's the problem? People saw, they realized that the mice are looking for food, and they get in there and they start eating the food, and once they see the food, there's a yummy, delicious Sefer Torah, so they start eating the Sefer Torah, and they ruin Sefer Torah like that. We had to tell these shaitim, we had to make Gzer Rabbanon, people didn't chap it by themselves. So we said a Sefer Torah has a halacha of a sheni, and if a sheni touches my truma, what happens? Burn it. Next, Af Yodaim Abois Machma Sefer Poislois es a truma. This is not in the list. Taisus asks why. It's not in the list. But hands that touch a Sefer Torah, pasel truma. If I just touch the Sefer Torah, that's why people use, the gartel of the Sefer, and when somebody does glila and the Sefer Torah starts falling all over the place. 10 minutes from Yosef. I don't see his face. No, it's not Yosef, it's Jonathan. Okay. Shkoyach. There are no 10 minutes in Corona. Corona is unlimited. You guys aren't going anywhere. Where are you going? Noam's giving me this dry face. Not true. I gotta go. He's shaking his head. I gotta go. I got meetings. I got my girls to take care of. He's the head of the seminary. Poor guy. What's the story with your girls that you didn't send back home? Alright, Zok the Gemara. You're still not going to get tuition on him. You try to hold him bekoyach, the parents are going to grab them out of here and not pay you. It doesn't matter. Tona have you died, my boys, machman sefer poislois. Tomer Dvar is the way to go. Tomer Dvar, the best seminary in Israel. Rabboisai, Noam Fix, the Sidon Magachir. Have you died, my boys, machman sefer poislois is a truma. Why? Mishum der Parnach. If you hold on to a Sefer Torah naked, in other words, you don't have a piece of cloth between your hand and Sefer Torah, nikbar orum, you're going to be buried naked. Why? According to the Ritva, that's it. That's all you get is a little punishment of being buried naked. No, who cares? It's a kaparas avaynus. Arum zera, arum b'loy mitzvahs. We're going to take away all your mitzvahs. What did the poor guy, he touched the Sefer Torah with his bare hands, you're going to take away all his mitzvahs? Says the Gemara, Taisus says, a guy was learning Torah that day, he has 2 hours under his belt, and then he touches the Sefer Torah with his finger, they take away those 2 hours. Or, if a guy rolled the Sefer Torah, did glila, and a goyla noitel is kulam, the guy that does glila gets the mitzvah of everybody, of all the Shiva Kruim, take away that mitzvah. Fine, that's more understandable. Because we have to be careful, don't touch the Sefer Torah with your hands. Of course, if it's a bizarre for the Sefer Torah, sometimes you see a guy trying to use his talus, he's not able to, then you're allowed to use your hand. Now, says the Gemara, we have 2 gzeres here. A gzera to wash your hands, and if you don't wash your hands are tamei, and if they're tamei, if they touch truma, the truma becomes possible. And we have another gzera, that if your hands touch the Sefer Torah, your hands are tamei. Which one came first? Obviously, we know the answer. Hey, goes a bereisha. Elaim al goes a bereisha. Daf Yudal on the base. If it's the Sefer Torah, if it's until Zedayim, Kim Daf goes a bereisha sulamali. If they said that your hands should be washed anyways, so it'll never come to a situation where you touch the Sefer Torah. Either way, your hands are tamei. So what did I gain? Okay, your hands are tamei because you didn't wash them, and now I touch the Sefer Torah and they're tamei. They're already tamei because I didn't wash them. As Taisvas, maybe he did wash them. And he touched the Sefer Torah. And that's the Chiddush. So it doesn't make sense that they made a special takana for a guy that just happened to wash his hands and he touched the Sefer Torah. Fine. Elo, hach goes bereisha. First, they were geyser of Sefer Torah. Many years later, they were geyser that hands are tamei. Okay, but since it was so many years before, it had nothing to do with the 18 enactments as places. It's a different, that's why it's not included in the 18. If you notice, yesterday we said there are 10 things. Today we only have a list of 9. One of the 10 things was Tful Yoim. What's a Tful Yoim? Tful Yoim is a person that was Tamei, goes to the mikvah, he's basically tar 96%, but he's still Tamei. That he's a sheni, that if he touches Truma, he makes the Truma apostle. And he has to wait until sunset for everything to go away. As the Gemara Tful Yom Deraisahu has nothing to do with this 18 enactment. It has nothing to do with Beishamai agreeing to Beishamai. This is before Shapas in the Torah. Only when the sun goes down, then it becomes tar. Sami mekan tvul yom. You're right. You have to get rid of tvul yom from the list. But nevertheless, says Taisus, it's still in the Mishnah. It's still one of the things that's matama truma. It's not in the 18 enactments. It's not one of the 18. But it's one of the things that if you're a tvul yom and you touch truma, you make it pasul. Okay. Now, in this list, we have a sheretz. We have, let's say, a mouse, a dead mouse. This guy's pretty alive. We don't want to put a disgusting mouse here. Sheretz. If a sheretz touches liquid, that liquid becomes, a sheretz is avatuma. If it touches liquid, it becomes a rishon. Okay. Says the Gemara. And if that liquid touches food, what happens? Says the Gemara, food that came tamei, contaminated through liquids. So, yeah, if a sheretz touches a person, the person becomes a rishon. And if the rishon, the person, touches liquid, this liquid becomes a sheni, etc. Says the Gemara, b'mashkim demai, what liquid are we discussing? If it's this case that I'm showing you now, that a sheretz, it came through a sheretz, doiraisaninu, that is a doiraisa, dichsiv, b'chomash kasher yishasa. Now, I made this real quickly before we started. In terms of mashkin, we have three categories here. We have a zav, a person who has an emission, or a woman who has an emission, a zava. They are considered avatuma. And therefore, if they touch vessels, kalim, and food, those become a rishon, right? Avatuma becomes a rishon. And one of the guys here is a zav, in small letters. Okay, that's all midaraisa. They're passing. He passes a zav, kapasel, kalim, and food, midaraisa. Next category is a sheretz. A sheretz that touches liquids, those liquids, since the sheretz himself is only a avatuma, it's another category though. His liquids become a rishon. But only food, not vessels. A sheretz liquids cannot make vessels tummy. And then finally we have the third category, that's the Rabbana category. Hands that touch liquids, those liquids become a rishon midrabanan and can contaminate food and kalim midrabanan. Worse than a sheretz, which is midaraisa. Let's see inside. Says the Gemara, we can't be talking about the liquids that are deraisa because the chsid, the chomashka sheyishasa, it's a mefurish apostle. I don't need an enactment for that. Why were they mitaken? Why did the Chacham feel it necessary to make it takana now by liquids? Liquids that were touched by hands. Because liquid, says Rashi, don't need hechsher. Hechsher means, like we said before, if you have bread that you want to make it tameh, the only way to make it tameh is if you pour liquid on it. But I have to take a step and make it pour liquid. It's not so shchiach, it's not so common to have bread that becomes tameh. But liquids themselves don't need a hechsher. They are liquids. So they constantly become tameh without you realizing it. So they made a special takana and said that even liquids that became tameh through hands, they pass. And the reason why is because liquids that become tameh through sheretz are the raisa. So they said also liquids that become tameh through the rabbanon of tameh hands are also mitama. What are they mitama? More than a sheretz. Next. We're on the list. We already lost count here. Now we're holding Kalim Shinitmu b'mashkim, the last one for today. Number 9. Kalim b'mashkim demai. How were these kalim? What kind of liquids touched the kli? Now, let's see that list that we had. Where is it? Lost it. Oh, here. Here's the list. Rabbi said this is very scary. Let's say we're talking about liquids that come out of a zav. What liquids come out of a zav? Spit. Corona. How do we get contaminated by corona? Spit. You see this? Spit has the same halacha, the same strength. 5 minutes. Same strength as the person himself, as the zav himself. That's how strong spit is. You hear this? Now we understand it finally. We have a zav that's tameh. His spit, his ktanim are just like him because they're contagious just like him. They wreak havoc like him in terms of tumas zav. Says the Gemara, imagine the zav, the raisaninu. That's the right. I don't need to tell me that. I don't need to make a gzeir derabanan. If a zav spits onto a tar, masha bi'atar timesi locha. Unbelievable. If this is spit and I'm not even touching it, but it's inside my cup, not only if I touch spit, bimago in my tummy, but even if I lift spit without touching it, I'm also tummy. That's called masa. Elo, we have to say b'mashkim aboy machmas sheret. A sheret touched the mashkim. Now we're going away from before that we said the rabban. Now it's the iraisa mashkim, but only the sheret. Ugzeira mishum mashkim the zav, and it's a gzeira to the highest level of a zav. So we're not talking about the red. We're talking about the blue. Before we said we're not talking about the blue. We're talking about the green. Now, now we're going to talk about hands for a second. Rabbi Sai Shir Amotzi Shabbos is at 8 o'clock. Live from here if I get my helpers. If not, it's going to be a disaster. And stick around for after Shir. We're going to sing Achenu with such regesh. Led by, I'm nominating him right now, Levi Friedman, if he didn't go on that solo call. I don't know where Judah is anymore. I haven't seen him on Zoom. And if you want to stick around, we'll schmooze a little bit on Zoom, or big geschmack. Zog the Gemara. You telling me that Beis Shammai, the Talmidim of Shammai, they invented Netilas Yadayim? Shammai v'Hillel Gazer, the Rabbeim, the main guys, Shammai and Hillel, they're the ones. The Sanyo, Yosef ben Yezer is straight up. Yosef ben Yochanan in Yerushalayim. These are the first of the Zugos. There were Zugos, something called Zugos, the peers. These are the first of the first. Yosef ben Yezer. They're the ones, Gazru, Trumal Eretz Amim, they instituted that since the nations are not careful with their dead, they don't mark the Kavarim, they bury people all over the place. So if you were to bring dirt in the Israel, you are tamei by touching the dirt. Because Goyim are also tamei the Rabban. Bakli Schuches, they said that glassware becomes tamei. Shimon generations later, don't take this literally, that he made up the concept of the ksuba. Some people say ksuba is the raisa. But even if you say ksuba is the Rabban, which most say, what he did was, it used to be that a person got married and he'd tell his wife, you see this right over here? This is your ksuba. And he puts it on the side. But this is your ksuba. This is worth a good $100, whatever the ksuba amount is, puts it over here. Then she burns his dinner, so he looks at her and he says, take your thing and go. That's it. I'm out of here. Why? Because he already designated it. He has nothing to lose. Cham Shimon ben Shetach and says, no. I want to make it harder on the husband to divorce her, so I say that she could collect from anywhere. His business, his car, hurt him hard. So think twice before he divorces her. Okay, that's what it means, tiken ksuba li'isha. He made it harder. Because the Tuma Klima Tachais, the Gemara is going to discuss later on in Tudaf on Sunday, he said that metalware is tamei. What does that mean? We know it's tamei. Shammai v'Hillel goes with Tuma al Yadayim. And here it says Mefurish that it's not Beis Shammai, it's Shammai. And Hillel said that hands are tamei. Maybe Shammai and Hillel were hanging around there in the attic when all the Talmidim were discussing and they happened to be there. Ubishmonasa nechliku. Listen to this, unbelievable. Vilu Hillel v'Shamai lo nechliku ela b'shloishim mekayimos. Hillel and Shammai themselves only argued in 3 different places. Where's Akiva, Rabbi Solway? I don't see Akiva next to you. The man with the fan on top of his head. Here he is. Akiva, you got to pay attention here. What's going on? You can't just hang out in the back over there. You think you're not, just because you can't ask me questions after shir? All right. Zok the Gemara. You're not going to believe this. Hillel and Shammai argued about 3 things. I see Chaim next to you, buddy. Don't worry about it. But their Talmidim argued about 3. I see you. Not. Where's your son, Dr. Factor? Where's your little son? Oh, he sees it later. Because it's Corona, he can get up late. Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel argued about 300 things. Literally 300. 100 times the amount of the Rabbein. That's what happens. But it says Mefurish that they argued about 18 things, and Hillel and Shammai weren't involved in the 18. Maybe Shammai and Hillel, they instituted the Netilas Yadayim. And they said, don't burn it, because you don't burn Truma. It's very difficult to burn Truma. They said, leave it on the side. It should hang. And then the Talmidim came in a later generation and said, let's burn it, even though it's the Rabbanon. On day number 1, they instituted to burn it. It wasn't a later thing. Ella says the Gemara, nobody accepted it. It was something that Klal Yisrael made fun of. They said, no, in the Netilas Yadayim, what, we're going to burn Truma now? You can't burn Truma. Hillel and Shammai don't know what they're talking about. Didn't listen to them. But the Talmidim in later generations did make a takana. But listen to this, Rabbi Say. It comes out incredible. Initially, Hillel said that you should wash your hands. Nobody accepted it. In a later generation, Beis Hillel, the Talmidim argued on the Rebbe and said, don't wash your hands. The Talmidim argued on their own Rebbe. And who won? Beis Shammai won, and they instituted 18 zeros and said, you must wash your hands, otherwise your hands are tamei for Truma. Bakati asked the Gemara, Shlomi Gozar. It wasn't Shammai and Hillel. It was Shlomo HaMelech. Shlomo was Misakin Eruvin, the concept that you could carry. He saved all those people in Flatbush. Eruvin, Unetilas Yadayim, and to wash your hands. Who did it? Shlomo. Way before Hillel and Shammai. Yotza Baskol, HaKadosh Baruch Hu was excited with this. V'amra, B'ni, Im Chacham Libecha, look at the Yechachma, Yismach Libi Gamoni, you made a siyag, you made different things. Chacham B'ni, V'samach Libi, V'shivi Chorfi Dabar. Says the Gemara, Asa Shlomo goes to the Kachin. First, Shlomo HaMelech instituted only for Kachin. By the way, in later generations, Chacham said you have to put your hands in a mikvah. Wow. V'asayinu v'gazur af the Truma. Shlomo didn't do it for Truma. We're talking about Truma. It's Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel who instituted it for Truma. Have a wonderful Shabbos. Have a great day. Rabbi said, please excuse my voice. I'm coming down, I think, maybe with a corona or something. Look at that guy, he has our background. One more time. Was I not on the whole time? No YouTube. לגאולה השתו בגולה בזמן. צביקה, לא שומע אותך. ירחם עליו ויוציאי מצב עברו לבוכו מאבל ליובוי ומשיבו לגאולה השתו בהגולה ובזמן כבורם. שיר המלויס ממעמקים כוסיך אדוני אדוני שמו בקולי תהיינה אוזנך קשובויס לכל תחנונוי אם אבוינויס לשמור יא אדוני מי יעמוד כי ימך הסליחה למען תבורי כי ויסי אדוני כבשו נפשי ולדברי יכולתי נפשי לאדוני משומרים לבויקר שומרים לבויקר יחל ישראל אל אדוני כי מאדוני החסד והרבה עמו יפדות והוא יפדס ישראל מכל עוונו סוף. אחינו כל בית ישראל הנשאים בצורו ובשביה העומדים בין ביום ובין ביבשה המקום ירחם עליהם ויוציאם מצור לרווחה ומאפלה לאורה ומשיבו לגאולה השתו בגולה זמן קריב ונאמר אמן. What's going on, Rabbi Isai? Sorry, you can turn off YouTube. Is YouTube still on? Shem Yirachem, I think we messed up on YouTube because the microphone wasn't attached to me. I didn't have anybody to tell me during Shir.